Give me the green light like John Legend. I wrote in the sex, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Like Ralph, I'm wrecking shit. One day I'ma be on the jet with this. Where's Keisha, cause I'm heaven sent. I got power like a 50 cent. I'm more certified than a president. Man, I'm telling you, I'm big stepping, big flex. Goddamn, I'm feeling like Hercules. Niggas aren't saying I'm not from Earth. That nigga must be from Mercury. I'm the man with that plan. Next year, my bit's gon' be on demand. My shit stay crack, it's contraband. Only fans gon' understand, get a helping hand. I'm the main man, Batman, and you niggas Robins. Ayy, they like how is he winning the race at that pace when he's only jogging? Ayy, I used to flex in the Charger, now I'm making a cut like a barber. Ayy, my dreams get close, not farther. Ayy, trying to give me advice.
What's going on, YouTube? Remix Serial back with another video, and I've got my Mustang back. It's been in the shop for a few days, and I did roll the I got a few roller shots, and the car's right here in my garage. I've got the Corvette outside today because I want all the space in the garage so I can walk around the car and, more importantly, stay warm. It's insane with how cold it is. The day before we had like a 65-degree day here in March. But anyway, today I want to make a video about how you can make your V6 Mustang, your base model EcoBoost, whatever car you've got, specifically for the S550, how you can make it look good without looking rice, without coming off as a ricer. And I'm going to show you all the mods on my car. I'm going to let you know how expensive everything was and how some of these prices may actually be a little bit cheaper than you expect. So this is how to make your V6 Mustang look great on a budget. So let's hop into it. I'm going to go ahead and close the garage, get the heat on in there, and start talking to you guys. I have a few points I have written down, so let's hop into it. So actually, the garage is actually pretty close to, the door is actually pretty close to the car. So I'm going to actually give you guys a walk around while I talk to you about my first point. And so my first point is to not be discouraged. Oh, my mail fell. Don't be discouraged. I have a V6 Mustang. This is a 2016, and it came with very little options. The only option that it came with is the fog light package. So as I walk around the car, I just want to let you guys know that I think the S550 platform, in general, is a great platform to modify on, and that you have a lot of options regarding every inch of the car. You can buy a new spoiler, you can get things painted, you can buy new taillights, you know. There are a ton of things you can do to make this car stand out from the rest of the pack. There are a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of other V6 Mustang owners, probably locally in your city, not YouTubers essentially, but just a lot of V6 Mustangs that you see out there are kind of just, you know, they look rice, or they have some really cheesy mods, or they have nothing done to the car and they have like a ton of underglow, or they have exposed LEDs, you know. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can modify your Mustang to look clean, not look like you're, you know, trying to do too much, you know, and how to make the car look good. You know, make it look stealthy, you know, not try and make it look like a Mustang GT or a GT350 or a GT500, but just how to make the car look good, you know. Some people feel like it's impossible because of your engine, and, you know, I don't know what your opinion is on my car, but I love the way this car looks. I've owned a V6 Charger, I've owned a SRT 392 Challenger, and I now own that Corvette, which is wrapped, and it's got a bunch of modifications done to it. It's a Z51 Corvette. It was basic before, and now it looks great. And I'm working my magic on this car. This car is actually the YouTube channel car that I'm going to be documenting and everything. So, but yeah, number one is definitely don't be discouraged. I believe all Mustangs can look dope. I love this platform. That's why I bought this car. So let's hop into number two on what you can do to make your car look good. All right, number two. Number two is stay away from AutoZone and O'Reilly's. And what I mean by that is going to O'Reilly's and AutoZone is cool, but do not go there for performance mods. Don't go there for like Plasti Dip or badges is a big one. If you want to buy modifications for your Mustang, especially lights, do not go there. Go with reputable brands. If you want like interior lighting for your Mustang, I would say stick with OPT7, Lighting Trends, Diode Dynamics. Stick with brands that are reputable and that don't sell cheap stuff. Because I see a lot of these Mustangs or V6 anything, a lot of V6s out there, or I've seen a lot of cars in general actually out there with really cheap LED lights, underglow and all that stuff. And what happens is you can tell it just looks cheap, or their LEDs are, you know, flopping around under the car. It's not a good look. Trust me, you know, you're going to give away that you're in the V6 real quick, or people are just going to judge you, or your car, or more importantly, your car just isn't going to look clean. If you want lights, stay away from AutoZone. The only reason you should be at AutoZone is to get a new battery or get washer fluid or brake fluid or whatever. But I would say stay away from AutoZone. Either stick to Amazon or reputable brands that you know, or that other brands that other reviewers have posted about that you know are good products, because you don't want to go around messing with AutoZone stuff that's cheap and you're just going to be under your car all the time because stuff is cheap and they're breaking apart and, you know, they're not holding up all that well. So stay away from those two places. If you find yourself there looking for like performance mods, you made the wrong turn. It's time to rethink and reevaluate what you're putting into your car, because I'm telling you, being cheap is not always the best route. And I believe the next point is going to tell you about how you can buy some parts, or some parts that are actually cheaper than you may think. But yeah, stay away from AutoZone, stay away from O'Reilly's, trust me. All right, number three. Number three is actually window tint and wheels. Now, when it comes to the window tint and your whole wheel situation, I'm actually gonna turn the camera around. I probably should start this the other way, but I'm gonna turn the camera around, give me a quick second. So about the window tint and the wheels, my car, it's a little dark in my garage, my auto sensing light. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and turn this to the stay on position so you can see. So my window tint is I believe it's limousine tint all around, and this cost me a window tint for any car, for a car like this, would be around like 200 bucks, and I had it black. And I think black is really important. Window tint and wheels is like one of the first mods that you can do to make your car look much more different than a regular car, right? So I have window tint right here, 15%, or limousine tint, or whatever you want to call it. And these are the Mustang GT premium wheels from 15 to 17. I don't know if they still put them on their cars now, but you can tell by the design. And for me, I wanted black. So I got black. I got them painted black, I should say. And behind these wheels, if you haven't seen my previous video, I actually have Mustang GT brakes. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, anyone can go out and buy wheels and anyone can get window tint, but I can't afford it. Well, window tint, yes, is around 250 bucks. But for Mustang GT, not Mustang GT, but for Mustang EcoBoost owners and Mustang V6 owners, I got the brakes, rotors, brake lines, and everything I needed off of Facebook Marketplace for around 110 bucks. So essentially, I got two 4-piston brakes, and I got all that for like half of the cost of window tint, which really puts things into perspective. Now, my buddy he installed them for free, but you know, you would think doing a big brake upgrade like this is expensive, and it really, in hindsight, it isn't. There are a ton of people on eBay selling Mustang GT takeoffs from their Mustang GT, and they bolt right up to your V6 Mustang. I'm surprised that more people do not do this modification. Some people opt for the 6-piston Brembos. Some people opt for the 6-piston Brembos, but those are like 500 bucks. And you know, this is my daily driver. It's like I drive it in the winter, and these brakes are still huge, and they look great. And it's a massive upgrade to the look of this car, because when I look at Mustangs, and if they have the smaller brakes, I'm like, okay, it's trash or it's slow or whatever. But the second I put these on, my car, it looks like a GT. I mean, I don't like to say that, but with these brakes, it looks a lot more aggressive than with those lame, cheaper brakes that they have. I actually have the older brakes behind me. I just left them on the floor. I got all this. The person that sold them to me gave me brand new rotors. These are new rotors behind there. And then I took the brakes and I painted them gold in my kitchen for free. I painted them for like 20 bucks or something like that with G2 caliper paint. But those were really cheap. And then the GT wheels, they normally come in silver, and I just had them painted black for like 200 bucks. And they look great, and they're shiny, and it matches the car, you know. So these are not expensive mods. I mean, you can save a little bit of cash. I mean, people will get a V6 Mustang and then straight pipe it for like 200 bucks. Or you can use the money and actually get a good performance mod, a good performance upgrade, and a new performance look with the Mustang GT takeoffs. I think people are selling these for like 200 bucks off of eBay. You can check locally and probably get a deal on them, because people on Facebook Marketplace tend to let them go for cheaper. But yeah, that's a huge upgrade. Black wheels and black window tint, very cheap mods. And the brakes, I think that's like a number one, probably my favorite mod to this car, the brakes, easily. Okay, number 4 is actually exhaust. Now, my car, after all of the money I put into it, I still haven't touched the exhaust. I have the parts in my trunk, but to me, the exhaust really isn't all that important. I do have a setup, like I mentioned, in the trunk with a BPK shorty header or shorty headers from eBay and an X pipe and a resonator tip. But I don't really think exhaust is too important on a car like this. I just like to get to and from work and look good. So if you do decide to get a good exhaust, don't straight pipe, and honestly, I don't think it's worth touching the exhaust personally unless you get new headers. Everything else is just, I don't know, it's kind of iffy. You sound kind of like a Nissan, like, what is it called? The 350 or whatever, the 350Z. I don't want to sound like that, so I wouldn't recommend touching the exhaust. But what I would recommend, though, if you prefer the stock exhaust, is actually just changing out the tips. Change out the tips, make it look clean, get like a bigger diameter tip. I still have, like I mentioned, I still have the regular exhaust tip back here. But another thing while I'm back here I can point out is actually I would recommend either painting or wrapping the bottom diffuser part. I'm going to touch on that a little bit in one of the other points I have, but painting this gloss black or matte black or whatever the fuck, or wrapping it, highly recommend it. It really gives away the base model cars, even in the GT. Some of these things can be applied to the Mustang GT, obviously not the front brakes, but if you want to make your car look good without spending a ton of money on the premium bumper and all that junk, just get this bottom part vinyl wrapped at your local shop. Should not be that expensive. Or if you really want to pinch your pennies, just plasti dip it like I did before I got my car wrapped. Just plasti dip it, and look at that. It looks so much better without with the contrast. Imagine if this was all one color. It looks kind of stupid. But this is the stock bumper, the base bumper. It looks stock. It is stock. And I got my reflectors tinted, you know, for whatever amount of money from the kit from eBay. But yeah, definitely get to work on this back end. Get new tips if you want, and then just vinyl wrap this, and you're great. But yeah, regarding the exhaust, I wouldn't touch it unless you're getting headers. But if you want to be loud and ridiculous, that's your prerogative. But for me, I like it quiet until I can get a proper exhaust kit, or at least a few proper parts that I think to make the exhaust sound good. So definitely an important step, I should say. Okay, so I believe this is 4 or 5. I don't know. I'm gonna have a counter in the video, but another step is to be unique. You know, at the end of the day, this is your car. It is your vision, and you can make the car look as you see fit. And I don't think making a car that will appease other people is the goal. You should make your car look the way you want. My list is just how I think a very clean car should look, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. So for me, I base my cars off of characters, or like cartoon characters or whatever. As you see, the Corvette is basically based off of a fucking cartoon, right? Which is my profile picture and everything like that. And this one's probably gonna be based off of Applejack because of the wrap and everything. But yeah, be unique and be smart with some of Ford's design. For example, this spoiler is from the Mustang GT. I think it's the Mustang GT and the EcoBoost GT. EcoBoost GT, the Mustang EcoBoost from the 2018 Plus, and it bolts right up to the Ford Mustang, the 15, bolts right up. And then I decided to get the all black deck lid with this badge. This badge was like maybe $25. The deck lid was like $100, and the spoilers from eBay came pre-painted black for like another $100, right? Not that big of a deal. I also opted for the European taillights, which is a good addition. I didn't like the red. You know, a lot of these things are not too expensive as you would think, especially if you do a lot of the labor at home. I did a lot of stuff in my garage, which really cheapens the price, but some of these parts are not as expensive as you think. And also be resourceful. That's another thing. Like I mentioned before, I had the bottom part of this bumper vinyl wrapped, saved me a ton of money versus getting a premium bumper or like cutting it for quad tips or whatever. I wanted it to look clean. I didn't want it to look ghetto. I vinyl wrapped it, and I didn't have to get a new bumper. I also opted to have gloss black accents. I think gloss black accents is really good and really important. And tying into being creative, this goes for people that have a paint job that isn't crap. This car is wrapped in KPMF matte autumn fire, and my paint, before I got this car wrapped, this car's paint was just, it was shot. I mean, the clear coat was gone. The front bumper had been repainted. There were scuffs and stuff everywhere. And it still is, but it's underneath the wrap. I would highly suggest just using, or whatever color car you have, opting for adding some gloss black accents, you know, making the car look a little bit more stealthier, getting rid of some chrome. You know, if you want to look sleek and mean, if my car was originally red, and I was just gonna get the roof gloss black and the hood gloss black. Hood, roof, gloss black, match that, boom, black wheels, boom, tint, window tint, bam. You're done, right? No, not a big deal. And then you got the windows, the mirrors tinted as well, right? It's not that hard to do. So that's another cheap alternative, right? If instead of wrapping the entire car, just wrap the hood, wrap the roof if you have a good paint job. If you have a bad paint job, instead of getting the whole car repainted, maybe you want to think about wrapping a car. It's not the most inexpensive thing to do in the world, but it will transform your car into looking brand new. You can pick the color you want. You can pick any design you want. I just went for a matte autumn fire, and it looks awesome. Looks great. But yeah, definitely look unique. I also mock up my wraps before I wrap my car. I mock them up in Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon 5, or wherever Forza game is out at the time that you see this video. I mock them up in there in the design editor, make sure that the car looks clean, make sure that the car looks the way I want, and then I apply it to my car in real life. Obviously, if you do not have the money, you cannot wrap your car, but I would definitely recommend at least wrapping the hood and the roof a black color to bring out some contrast to the car. I also got the door handle wrap black. Let me see. Another good point is I got a new grille. I don't know if you can see that, but I have a brand new grille in there, and I have my stock front bumper, and I have some of these lights and stuff in here. But I have the stock front bumper, and to change up the look, I just got a new grille. And you can do a wide search on eBay for grills and stuff. You have the RTR grill, you have the GT grill, you have all sorts of stuff that you can add to the front of your car and make it look a little bit different from the rest of the pack. So just some more stuff to keep in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it regarding the car. I haven't gotten that much done to it. I'm going to be doing a separate review on each of the items that I pointed out. For example, this front grille, there's no reviews on it. There's a Renegade style grill that's kind of like this one, but it has a little bit of a different design. This grill is straight from eBay for like 250 bucks. So I don't know. I just got it installed and I love it, but I have to do a review on that. So if you're thinking about adding a grill like that to your car, stay tuned for that. I'll be making a video like that, a video on it in the next few days. But all of my parts will be listed in the description. Oh, one more thing. Before you go, swapping your lights out for LED. Halogen sucks, LED rocks. Switch them out for LED, make your car look a lot better. Very cheap modification to do too. Got my front side markers here, 15 bucks. And I did it myself in the garage. So yeah, all the links to all the products I use will be in the description. The color for the car that I got the car wrapped in will be in the description as well. If there's any additional questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or the YouTube comment section. I love feedback. You know, even if these videos don't get a lot of views, as long as it helps out like one person, two people, and help make them make a purchase, or they're like, oh, I have a Mustang and they want to fall in love with it. You know, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. You know, I don't care about view counts or anything like that. I just want to help people. So follow the channel if you want. Don't if you don't. If you just want to come here for this one video, whatever, that's cool. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, stay positive.
Go ahead and be a little positive. I rehearse my songs every day, it's so repetitive. I don't battle rap, but I ain't gon' lie, I'm competitive. I am the competition, I follow my intuition. Back then, all I did was wishing, that time is really ticking. I saw that sack, you know a nigga got to run it. I am the king, and your bitch kingdom coming.